Scorpio, welcome to your mid-May reading. I'm Gemstone Tarot. This is your love and general. Scorpio, sun, moon and rising. I've just done a messy shuffle because you're Scorpios and you like things to be done right. So I'm doing it right. Okay, I'm not sure if those cards are just the ones left. I think they are. Okay, whoa. Gosh. I said gosh today in the daily reading. That's two goshes in one day, Scorpio. Okay, you got a lot going on, haven't you? What is occurring for my lovely Scorpios? Cool. Okay, you have a full moon in your sign, don't you? Oh God, Gemma, cop on. That came out before. Okay. Right, we'll have that too. Right, you got a full moon in your sign, Scorpio, and I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be fairly tumultuous, okay? You're Scorpio, so you rule, you know, deep dark things, you rule sexuality, the underworld. You are the water sign that has Mars influence, okay? So you're a bit more kick-ass than the usual water signs like me, Pisces, that are all like, we're a bit Neptunian, but you're struggling with something in this full moon energy that you were seeking to grow. Seven of Pentacles came out in the pre-shuffle and it came out again now. Seven of Pentacles is patience, something that Scorpio has in bucket loads. I don't know if people know that about Scorpios. My brother is a Scorpio. I've got loads of Scorpio friends. Tenacity. Scorpio on a mission will not give up. You are patient. You can bide your time. You know, you're good at locking in to divine timing, but you are struggling here with something. Up here we got the moon card. Of course, full moon in Scorpio, full moon in your sign is quite discombobulating. What is going on? Okay. Right, go back to the eclipses this year. We had an eclipse in Capricorn on the 6th of January, and I don't think it's that one particularly. We had an eclipse in Leo on the 21st of January. And we had several eclipses in Leo during 2018. We had one in January 2018. There was one in August. Something went down this particular January eclipse which you're still battling with now. This could be to do with work. For some of you, it's to do with divine masculine. Losing control. You're going to feel, and Scorpio doesn't like to feel this way, you're going to feel a bit out of control. I've got the Chariot in reverse, which is the Cancerian card. The Chariot, of course, is steering this vehicle that has two different opposing forces and trying to keep it on the road. When it's in reverse, it's sudden entrances and exits and overspills, and it can be that, you know, your normal Scorpionic ability to keep your emotions in check is going to let loose. Okay, full moons do that. I always think of the full moon as like putting a balloon on a tap and putting the tap on and it goes. That's the job, to let things out. The trouble is, what you would normally expect on a full moon is that a truth will come out. But in the middle of your reading, I've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, next to the Emperor in reverse, the masculine. and the Sun in reverse, which is lack of clarity. So if you're a man, this could be you with a lack of clarity about something. If you're a female, or if you're whatever, if you're dealing in a relationship with a man, male or female, as the masculine, they are not stepping up. They are not coming forward with the truth. They are not clarifying. Let's have a look. I'm going to clarify. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, they're snoozing. They're not saying. They're keeping their counsel. They're being irritatingly quiet. You're fighting for clarity. You want to know something. Now, you may be investigating, you may be doing some research, you may be looking at them on social media, you may be spying, you may be really needing to know, okay? Really, really needing to know, looking for evidence, because you have something went on in January. This may only be for a small amount of you. Something went on in January where they weren't telling you something. And you know it because you're a Scorpio, so you're intuitive, and the intuition comes first because you're a water sign. What then happens with Scorpios, because of Mars, you have the balls to follow it up. I know this because I have Scorpio friends, okay? And they do. They have the balls to follow things up. But in your following it up, you have not found out any more than you knew before, which is rare for a Scorpio, because normally you find out what you need to know. You don't necessarily share it with the person that you found it out, but you need to know what you need to know and you find it out, and that's what Scorpios do, and they store it, and that's it. It's like, right, now I know what I'm dealing with. You don't know what you're dealing with this person or situation, because they're hiding it. And they're hiding it behind a veil of I've got, for the Emperor, the Four of Swords, which normally I would like. You know, it's Moon in Libra, but it feels like a nothingness, you know, like this silence of the grave. You know, this is maybe for one or two of you, this is issues to do with your father who has passed. And the relationship was difficult, and you still want answers, okay? You may even be doing a family tree. It may even be about who your real father is. This is just for one or two of you, okay? This is really deep. For others of you dealing with masculine, either in yourselves or in someone else, you are fighting to know the truth. Seven of Wands for the Ace of Swords in reverse, and I want to say that they are fighting to keep that truth from you, but they're not fighting to keep the truth from you. There's just nothing there, which is that lack of energy is making you want to come forward. But the harder you try, the more you upset the Chariot, the less you will find out. So instead of the Seven of Wands, Scorpio, go for the Seven of Pentacles. Sit back, step back, and see what grows on the tree. See what comes to fruition with this full moon. I feel like you will be gently guided to the truth if you reflect. I was doing this in the daily reading. You see how the sword of truth and the wand is hidden in the water? Don't dive in and dig it out and have a look. Reflect at the moon. Your intuitive abilities trump your investigative abilities, Scorpio. And both are very good, okay? But your intuitive abilities, often Scorpios don't... You trust it enough to go and look, but at the same time, it's the intuition that's going to take you there. It's the ability to step back, not step forward, not fight. That's your Mars energy coming out, and it's not helping you, okay? It helps you in lots of situations. Cripes. Yeah, dealing with the masculine for a lot of you, because we have the Lord of the Forest, which is my card for the Divine Masculine. We have the Hero, and this is you fighting your corner, and that's what you do, okay? You don't need to ramp that up at all. You need to, if you can, stay in that energy. Of course you need to protect yourself. Of course, you know, you're not comfortable with something going on that you don't know about, but at the same time, the more you ask and the more you try and find out, the further away the truth will move from you. I got the Page of Swords in reverse as well as the Ace of Swords in reverse. Then we get this card. Now, Brian and Wendy Free do 3 cards that are not numbered, and that doesn't say what they're called. You know, as a tarot reader, you got to choose your own. I call this Women in the Cupboard, because there are women hiding in the cupboard. There, and there, and there, and everywhere. And then there is this one woman who is nothing to do with all those, with the unicorn horn and the intuition, and it is lit, okay? If you try and find out what's going on, you become one of the people in the cupboard. Plenty before you have tried to find this out and failed. If you become the unicorn person who is lit up, who is the moon, who is looking at the reflection of things rather than things in themselves, then you'll know. Ooh. Okay. Nice cards, actually. Chuck Spezzano love cards. You get 2 cards of grace, and grace is about stepping back and having faith, okay? You get grace and you get joy. There's more to this than meets the eye. If you can, step back and don't judge it just yet, okay? And then we get specialness, which is my card of narcissism, and a card of somebody being too self-involved sometimes. You know, you may be dealing with someone who is very wrapped up in themselves. Don't try and unwrap them, okay? And then we get regeneration. You can probably hear Valentine outside the door, Scorpio. Regeneration, let it regenerate on its own, okay? Oh my God, Scorpio, yeah. See, you know we got those 2 grace cards. We also get the soulmate card. There are things about this, there are mysteries about this you do not know. Let them come to the surface, okay? Trust in your intuition. Step back, don't dig for the truth. Whew. Do subscribe to the channel, Scorpio. Check out the pick a card readings, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.